When you start studying the Torah and what Christ actually did, you start to realize that when Christ fulfilled the law, that is deep on so many different levels. Let me give you just one instance of this. Mind you, there are many. John 19:28. After this, when Jesus knew that everything was now accomplished, that the scripture might be fulfilled, he said, "I'm thirsty." A jar full of sour wine was sitting there, so they fixed a sponge full of sour wine on hyssop and held it to his mouth. What exactly is being fulfilled here? It's actually the law of jealousy in Numbers 5. I don't have time to read it all, so I encourage you to do it after this video. Speak to the Israelites and tell them, if a man's wife goes astray, is unfaithful to him, and sleeps with another, but it is concealed from her husband, and she is undetected, even though she has defiled herself, since there is no witness against her, and she wasn't caught in the act. And if a feeling of jealousy comes over the husband, and he becomes jealous because of his wife, who has defiled herself, then the man must bring his wife to the priest. The priest is to take holy water in a clay bowl. The priest makes bitter water, and is to hold the bitter water that brings a curse. The priest will require the woman to take an oath. If no man has slept with you, if you have not gone astray and become defiled, then you'll be unaffected by the curse that the bitter water brings you. But if you have gone astray, may the Lord make you into an object of the people's cursing and swearing. He will make your thighs shrivel and your belly swell. In Exodus 34:14, we find out that God is a jealous God. And we know from Jeremiah 3 that Israel played the harlot with another god. This information brings into context this verse. Matthew 26:39, Jesus was praying this in the garden before he was crucified. "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." He's talking about the cup with the bitter water in it. He knows the punishment he must bear. For us. The punishment that was supposed to be ours. Matthew 27:39, those who passed were yelling insults at him, just like the law of jealousy said would happen. And when Jesus was nailed to the cross, the only way he was able to breathe was by pushing his thighs up so that he could draw in a breath. But his thighs shriveled and gave out eventually. And when the spear pierced Jesus' side, it was described as blood and water coming out. That's a pericardial effusion. Because of the trauma, his lungs were filling with water, and it caused his stomach to swell, just like it stated would happen in the law of jealousy. Jesus took this punishment for the house of Israel. That was our punishment to bear for playing the harlot. Romans 11 says we're grafted into Israel. That would have been our punishment.